What is up, Flow students, and welcome back to another episode of the Flow Student Podcast. I am Pastor Tyler.
And I'm Pastor Dylan.
And we got our two favorite people in the entire world. Honestly, guys, probably the best singer I've ever seen since the band Camino came out. Caleb Mooring.
Oh my God.
Caleb,
wow.
How you doing, bud?
I am doing amazing. Doing really good. I don't know how I got in the same conversation with the band Camino.
Yeah, I have you on that. I have you on that level, my man.
Wow.
And Anna Pender.
Say something nice about me.
I'm really thinking about
Honestly, is the first person I've seen to like rock a sweater vest in about 7 or 8 years.
Anna has, honestly, to me, she has the best style out of everybody I know.
Honestly, the only person that could wear a sweater vest and not look like a substitute history teacher.
You remember
I would take substitute.
you remember Happy by Marshmello?
Yes.
The sweater you're wearing, your whole vibe right now is the
true.
entire music video put into an outfit.
Well,
I've never seen that music video,
Anna makes our
I'll take
team.
it.
Okay.
Anna makes our team happier.
That's right.
That was so good.
Happier.
I want you to be happier. Anyways, thank you so much for joining us today. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe. We do this to bring joy and hope to different households around our community, guys. We can't thank you enough for joining us. We have an awesome day planned for everybody today, don't we, Pastor Dylan?
Absolutely. All I'm going to say is...
Are the secrets coming out today?
Oh.
Is somebody's secret coming out?
All I'm going to say is, it's corn. That's right. This week's episode of the Flow Student Podcast is the Corn Cast.
It is the Corn Cast.
So prepare yourself. It has the juice.
It has the juice.
It is a big lump with knobs. I imagine a more beautiful thing.
It's corn.
So we're going to be starting off today with a corn draft. I know a lot of you guys are participating in fantasy football. We got the snake draft going. So here's what we're going to do.
We have our draft tonight.
We do. Flow Student, First Church, fantasy football. Let's go. I was actually
2000.
No, you're not a part of it.
This is my second league of the year. I had a draft last night, but today we're going to have a corn draft. So we're going to choose your favorite type of corn or corn product. We're all getting 2 picks, and we'll start with Tyler. We'll work this way, then we'll work our way back up.
Well, this is an easy one for me. I think we all know the type of corn I'm going with here. I'm a big cookout guy. You know, I think I'm a top 3 supporter. If Spotify had the end of the year playlist for cookout, I think, the corn dog would be at the top of mine.
Okay.
So with my first selection in the 2022 corn draft, I'm going to go with the corn dog.
Corn dog.
Yeah.
All right, Anna, you're on the clock.
That's not what I thought you were going to say also.
I really did not think
I
that.
knew he was going to
I
say
thought a different
corn dog.
cookout item.
You knew that.
That I would have said. But my corn draft pick is roasted corn salsa.
Oh,
I don't even know what that is.
That's like drafting a kicker in the first round.
Any Mexican restaurant that offers the corn salsa, I get it. Because
that sounds
it makes
disgusting.
everything better.
I'm not putting corn
I knew the compliments
in my
wouldn't last.
salsa. Yeah, no.
Hey, that sounds fancy though. That was a good pick.
you fancy, huh?
Uh-huh.
Fancy like.
I hope that's going to pay off later in the
hate that
season.
song.
Yes.
I know y'all
coming down the
off.
stretch. All right, Caleb's on the clock.
Okay, I can't believe nobody's picked this, but I'm picking the top draft pick for any year that ever existed, and that is, of course, popcorn.
Hey, that was gonna be my. If I'd have had popcorn and corn on the cup,
Okay,
corn
I don't know how popcorn wasn't chosen first.
I'm kind of surprised it made it this long too.
I don't like popcorn.
Honestly,
Hot
Anna.
take.
Anna, that was a dumb decision. Now that I
a
think
little
about
scared
it.
when you said roasted corn, but then I was so relieved when you said salsa because you basically took a kicker in the first round. But for me, the state fair is coming up.
Oh, that was gonna be mine.
And y'all know where I'm going.
Dang.
Oh man.
Let me get that state fair roasted corn.
It's got the sweet
still
butter.
in the, I don't remember what it's called right now, the shell.
The husk.
The husk.
The shell.
It's still
I
in
can
the
tell you all about it.
They dip that bad boy in that melted butter, get you some seasoning salt on there. My first pick in the 2022 corn draft is North Carolina State Fair.
My man said,
corn.
I want the corn still in the wrapper.
When he tried it with butter, everything changed.
A lot of people like boneless corn. I, for one, am a traditional corn.
Are you a traditional? You like so?
Yeah.
Does that count as corn on the cob? I think it does.
Yeah, roasted corn on the cob.
He's not about that modern contemporary stuff.
Yeah.
He only likes traditional.
My boy's like, I'm not going to my calls to get
me
no
being at the
corn.
bottom, I get the next pick, and then we go back up to the top with my second corn in the 2022 Flow Student Corn Draft. I'd like to add to my team the one-man wolf pack.
Think about it. Think about it.
It has a title, but it doesn't have a name.
Cornbread.
Oh, that was a
dang.
good pick.
I was between that and kettle
Dang.
corn.
What kind of cornbread?
Yeah.
Like in what form?
Not that dry stuff they have at Cracker Barrel.
Amen,
No, I mean,
brother.
like,
Amen.
Hush Puppies, muffins.
Whoa,
Like
they got
that.
whoa, whoa, whoa. Now
Thing.
think about it. I
So,
take my amen back. That jump
I'm gonna just stick with the cornbread, a good square of it. We will
Okay.
steer clear of the Hush Puppies and the muffins. Leave those on the table for you
Yeah,
guys.
you
if
ain't,
you want
dude.
to.
Valid.
Hush Puppies
A
are to
good-
me the most overrated appetizer in America.
That is not true.
That's
don't
part
think?
of my go-to cooking
No.
powder.
Also, if you want to make the cornbread at Cracker Barrel better, you got to get the apple butter to put on that
Oh,
joint.
yeah.
I love apple butter.
100%.
So good.
Gosh, we need.
But
a
there's
Cracker Barrel in
nothing,
Goldsboro.
unfortunately, even that I don't feel like can actually make the cornbread at Cracker Barrel
If you
better.
want to know what it's like to be an Israelite in the desert, you get that Cracker Barrel
Oh my
cornbread.
It was
gosh.
not manna.
You want to know what manna tastes
No.
like? Get that Cracker Barrel.
biscuits.
The biscuit.
No,
Hold
I was
on
about
now.
to say that manna probably tastes like Texas Roadhouse rolls
Oh,
with
yeah.
their butter.
With this, it did say it was sweet.
It was sweet.
So you chose. That's two good selections. I feel like we got to
My
vote
team
on
is
who's
done
two.
with roasted corn and cornbread.
I got to tell you, you did a
Dang.
good job with that.
Man, okay, so I guess it's my pick. I'm gonna go with. Okay, I'm just gonna make another top choice.
You
So
got
I
this.
picked popcorn. Because I've already got popcorn, so I've already got like a snack food-esque. I just want straight up corn on the cob.
Really?
Basic.
Straight
What's that
up
say?
corn on the cob. But look,
Wow.
straight, okay, corn on the cob, put a little bit of butter on it.
He already
Little
got
bit
the
of salt and
buttered
pepper.
popcorn. I mean, the buttered corn.
But he got roasted corn.
That's different.
It is true. It is different.
It's
You want
different.
that boring corn?
He's
on the
getting that
cob.
boiled corn.
I want
he
that
got in the
corn
pot.
on the cob.
My man wants some shrimp in there. And
I
want
to be able to take that corn cob after I eat it and go suck it all up.
I don't think Anna and I are agreeing with you over here, but you know,
This segment
Well,
is
also,
brought
I'm
to you
trying
by
to stall 'cause I
Flossers.
haven't thought of a
Keep
second.
the corn out of your teeth.
skirt. All right, Anna.
Floss.
So you chose salsa corn earlier.
Roasted corn salsa. If you've had it, you'll know that I'm right.
Oh, I've
Since all
looked
of you
at
wanted
it
to
and just
cancel
didn't
me
want
for
it. I will. You know what? I don't want to
I had it
argue.
once at bonfires, and it was a terrible
Well,
experience.
theirs isn't.
Oh
Chipotle's
yeah, it is at
better.
bonfire. Who's Chick-fil-A's?
Chipotle is significantly better than
I just
bonfire.
think-
Period.
With corn, you can like that kind of form of corn. You can put it on a lot, and that was why it was my top pick. I don't need to explain
idea.
myself to you.
I about to
because
say,
you didn't like
the
it,
more you
so
explain it, the worse I like it. So
that's a lot of things I explained to you.
that is so true.
Wow.
It gets very intense at
Every
work.
time it gets too stressful, we're just gonna. It's cone. I just hit my face on that.
You got this.
My second pick.
You got to say in the 2022 corn draft.
My second pick in the 2022 corn draft is.
You had one earlier that you said was your favorite, one of your favorite things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was Hush Puppies, but you kind of covered cornbread.
I mean, you can take Hush Puppies.
I'm taking Hush Puppies then.
That's a top pick.
I
So
think
we
I'm
know
losing. I think
we
I'm
know who
losing
lost
anyway.
the draft.
Yeah,
you dip
whatever.
those in your corn salsa?
I win in my heart.
Oh, yeah.
I'm not answering any questions.
Would tortilla
Thank
chips
you.
have been considered?
Tortilla
If you
chips.
say it right.
All right.
If they don't have corn in the name, boy, I don't know if I
with
can beat
the
it.
with the last selection in the 2022 corn draft, I gotta give a shout out to my nana, like always, because she is just a dear to the heart person, and she makes the most bussin' creamed corn.
Oof.
And there's a difference between getting that bowl of corn and getting that bowl of creamed corn,
Mm-hmm.
and it would just change your life. You know, if you want to have a spiritual experience, you go for the creamed corn. So I'm going with the
amen.
corn dog and the creamed corn. I know I wasn't last.
Cream
But,
corn is baby food.
I got to say, Dylan, you had a pretty good draft
Pretty good
this
draft.
I'm
year.
a meat away from a $15 plate.
Amen.
you are
Throw
you are
some
that.
barbecue or some barbecue chicken or something on
I
there.
got to say, you and Caleb really took control of the draft this year, and I think your side won the draft
Whatever.
by
I
far.
like your team too. Corn
Yeah.
dog and cream
You like,
corn.
I got to say, you know,
I
like
really
that.
liked Anna's draft
Thank
pick.
you.
well, you
I
know,
also
we
liked
don't.
my draft pick.
so
Yeah, we're all-
Anna and Caleb have both recently started new ministry jobs at their home churches, and that's one reason we wanted to have them on here today. Also because they're
Big,
two of my
big.
favorite people in the entire world. Glad to have them here. If you guys first just want to say a little bit about your new role and what you've been up to, and then we'll kind of go into some different conversation off of that.
Okay. All right, I'm going to go first. Hi, I'm Caleb Mooring. I am the new. Oh, wait, we've already introduced ourselves. It's all right.
So this is Caleb.
Yeah, they'll have something like right here probably that says my name. But I'm the new young adults pastor at Mount Olive First Pentecostal Holiness Church. And it's a super exciting job for me because I get to work with our young adults ministry called Engage. And that's really going after college-age students and just young students that haven't maybe gotten married yet, haven't started young families. We just want to bring
engaged.
Exactly. Well, they're probably engaged already.
I was wondering why you two were just like, y'all did.
They're probably already
I saw like Anna about to bust out and Dylan just went.
I made eye contact with him and it went downhill.
Oh man.
I'm sorry.
Man. It's okay.
There's too much.
But we're just trying to create
here.
community for young adults and give them a place to be a part of.
For sure. Also, while we're on this note, I just feel like it's really cool that like our young adults are called Pursue here at the First Church. Young adults at Mount Olive are called Engage, and if we came together, we're like one step away from being SEAL Team 6.
That's right.
Pursue, engage,
I
conquer.
thought you were going a
That's
marriage
right.
route.
Yeah. But that's also it's also cool because so the other part of my job is that I get to work with our young creative teams. So like our worship team in B3, our youth group, and then I'm trying to get some different creative ministry teams started, not just for talent, but so that we can use them in the church and just give people places that they can use their gifts in the church. So I'm spearheading a lot, but I'm really excited about doing all that stuff.
Yeah, but I mean, you're creating a place where everybody can belong, which is key. Anna, you have a new position as well. Pearl.
I had a cough that whole time.
Get it out.
Get it out. Just
It's corn.
My name is Pearl, and I get coffee here.
That is
Oh,
not
wow.
true.
that is not. You know what? If you want us to explain what
No,
you do
back
here
to
in
when Tyler
church,
said
No, you're a little not concise sometimes. Okay,
If-
so what I do is I make sure Tyler stays on top of things.
That is true.
So I do a lot of administrative stuff for Flow, like event coordination things. I fill
she was
out
the queen of
forms.
Flowfest.
Flowfest kind of was a child. I felt like I mothered it, and I'm very proud of her. Flowfest was a great time. But yeah,
What a
so I
gal.
do event stuff. I do office things. I filled out some forms this week. That's been fun.
Wow.
I partner with Tyler with our social media stuff. We're working on relinquishing micromanaging control, but he's grown a lot. So I do social media stuff, and
Blitz.
then I also help with other communication stuff and make some videos. That's a good time. And honestly, whenever Tyler says, "Hey, come to my office. I need to talk about something," that's my main job description. And Dylan's also there.
That's true.
Honestly, and we can't like overstate how valuable Anna is to our team. You guys probably know her the most from all the awesome stuff, all the awesome graphics you've seen her putting out on the Flow social media. So show Anna some love in the chat.
They've been sick.
She really
They've been so
yeah,
sick. We
I'm-
were talking
I
about
gotta-
before the camera came up how sick some of these graphics have been.
While we're on this note, both of you have started new ministry roles and really two very unique positions with very unique skill sets that you guys are carrying into those positions. Some of those skill sets maybe you wouldn't even see as like a traditional ministry skill. Some of them you would. How's that been for you? First off, coming to your home church and working, and second off, using those gifts for the kingdom, even some of those that seem not, this isn't me preaching, this isn't me leading worship. How's that going for you guys?
You can go first.
Okay. So the church that I'm in right now was my home church, is my home church. I came here when I was about 10, and I've been here ever since. But that being said, the church that I left when I went to college is not the same church that I'm in right now in terms of environment, staff, and I like so many areas. I think our church has grown a lot since I left. And I wasn't here for a lot of that growth and change. And so my mindset when I got back home this summer, because I just graduated in May, was that it was the same kind of vibe as it was when I left it, even with all the changes. It's not at all, which is awesome. And that's a big part of the reason why I'm here. And I always said, all throughout college especially, because I went to Liberty, and so Christian college, everybody is like, "Oh, are you going to work at a church?" Especially in comms, a lot of comms majors end up just working in churches. And I was like, no, thank you. That's not for me. I'm not going to work in a church. I'm not going to work at home. That's absolutely not. Joke's on me, obviously, but being here this summer it really changed my mindset because I was experiencing what it is now and the people that are here now. And just kind of seeing how I fit into a ministry setting was shocking to me and very interesting to kind of navigate because I never led worship. I certainly never have preached anything. And so all of my skills I feel like were very practical in like outside of church settings. And I was like, there's a fuzz.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
This is part of her job.
It is. So
she just clocked in to do that.
Yeah, that was $5 right there. But yeah, like all of my skills, I was like, no, like I wanna do communication, social media stuff. But in a church, marketing is one of the biggest things that you do, because that's how you're reaching people who don't already go here, and that's how you're spreading information. And so it was like interesting and really cool, honestly. It wasn't just like, oh, okay, cool, funny. It's been a growth thing for me too, to kind of realize like, yes, you have all these skills. Yes, they can work in a church, and yes, you're gonna have a good time, because I'm living, laughing, and loving right here, right now. Wow. So
we have a good time every single day.
Don't believe her? Look in her office.
I think there's been a lot of stories I've heard. Yeah, she has a really cool office, by the way. Like, the Bat Cave. It is called the Bat Cave. I think a lot of people have the story of like never looking to work at a church or never looking to work in ministry because they have a certain like perception of what they think it is, and then they kind of find out like, number one, it is a lot of fun. We have a lot of fun working, and we also work a lot. A lot of times we have long hours. We get 1 a.m. phone calls some mornings, but like at the end of the day, like we love what we do.
Oh yeah.
Like I could not want anything different in my life to be where I'm at like right now with these guys. Like, and even getting to partner with people like Caleb. Like the church is like you always call like where your last place was, the Capital C Church. We're all one big church, just trying to unify together to tell people about how great Jesus is.
Yeah. And so for me, like I grew up in the church really as a worship pastor's kid. So I was a PK, a pastor's kid. So I grew up seeing that my whole life. And I was one of the few PKs I feel like that actually came through and was like, man, I just want to do ministry for the rest of my life, because a lot of PKs don't want to do that. They end up not really wanting to do that. But I was someone that like that was really what I wanted to do. And so it was cool because growing up, doing a lot of music stuff and doing Talent Quest and things like that, like I was developing my skills with those abilities, and then I was able to move on to Emmanuel because I felt like that's what the Lord led me to, but it was also like my skills kind of opened the door to do that too, because I was able to join singers and join a lot of these music groups and do this and grow a lot in my music abilities there and in my worship leading and stuff. And so the cool thing is coming back, and that's part of my job, doing the music stuff and doing those things, because that's my heart for the music. But what I'm doing now is actually something very different from those skill sets. It really comes out of me going off to college and recognizing there's a whole group of people that are not being reached because they're not in the youth group anymore, which they were taught to like worship in this way. They're not in youth group anymore. But then if they don't make the smooth transition to the church, then they're in this limbo where they can't figure out where they fit in, because some of these churches seem like and I know that I'm not speaking bad on all churches, but some churches, they seem like they're just kind of doing their own thing. And if you want to be a part of it, come be a part of it. But if you don't, well, that's okay. You can just kind of do what what you want to do. And then some churches focus so much on young people that it's like you can't get anything out of interacting, I guess, with our elders or with an older generation. And so our church right now, what we're trying to do is find that line between creating community between these guys that just don't feel like they belong, or trying to figure out where they belong, which is something that I've felt. And I'm wanting to create that community with them, but I'm also wanting to bridge that gap between them and our church, because I want them to go back into the church. And I want them, even if they don't stay at our church, I want them to be able to go into a church and have that community together, but to understand how that community interacts with the church at large. And that doesn't have anything to do with my skill sets or things that I've grown up wanting to do. It just has to do with me going into being a young adult and seeing the need and saying, man, God, if you'll use me to touch these people, I'll go.
For sure. And what I love about hearing both you guys talk is just hearing how passionate both of you are about what you're doing and the burden that you feel for the assignment that you have been called to, that you've been anointed for, both of you. And I think it's really cool because you both have very different paths of getting to where you are now and different experiences and different skill sets. But I know firsthand, Anna, like we could not do so many things that we do without Anna on our team. And I know it's the same way over at Mount Olive, having worked with Caleb a lot in the past. I know that if we talk to anybody over there, they would say the same about you. So I'm really excited about what you guys are doing and where you're both headed in your ministry. And for those of you out there that think, maybe you're interested in vocational ministry in the future, maybe you're not, just know that whatever skill sets and gifts that have been placed inside of you, they're there on purpose. Like they're not there for accident. There's a purpose that God has for them. And not just that, but like, what are you passionate about? What are you burdened by? Caleb talked about how he's burdened by young adults leaving the church. Not just his church, but the church. Yeah. And God puts those burdens in you for a reason. What do you care about? What makes you want to kick the covers off in the morning? Right? Because those things are there for a reason, and God is going to use them in the kingdom if you will let him. So, man, I'm fired up just
I was about
talking
to
y'all.
say, I was like,
Preaching.
dude.
Y'all, this is what happens every time me and
fan.
Caleb get together for longer than 10 minutes. Honestly,
I really got nervous because I was like, man, I'm talking a lot. Like, I
That
need
was
to
a
stop
good-
because they're going to have to edit
Yeah.
stuff. And then Dylan starts hyping me up, and I'm like,
Yeah.
let me go again.
No, literally,
I
Give
feel
me
like
something.
whenever y'all two get together and start talking about the church in general,
We're about
it's
to have
it's like me and
revival.
Ann are just going to be like, what you want for
literally,
lunch?
me and Caleb would we lived together at Emmanuel, and I'd walk into Caleb's room, like just wanting to say what's up, and then we'd talk for like 2 hours.
Yes,
about
every
these deep
time.
things.
We
But
be old men going to get lunch together, being old men talking about the church and like youth quest and stuff.
youth
Quest
quest.
when you're 80.
Youth quest.
Oh gosh.
All right,
We
so
don't have.
we've done a lot of stuff today. We've had some really great content, but
Yeah.
this is the Corncast, is
This
it not?
is the
Corncast.
corn.
So we're going to be wrapping up with a little truth or corn. Basically, Anna has prepared some questions for us, some that
I'll hold
are
your microphone.
fan-friendly, some that are not. And basically, we'll draw a question out of this cup. We will all answer the same question. Let me make that clear.
We all answer
we will
the
all
same
answer.
question?
We're going to do 3 questions. Or was it 3 or 4 we want to do, Anna?
Let's
So,
make
4.
the content.
So we'll do 4 questions. We'll all draw one, and everybody answers every question. And listen, if you don't answer the question, then you have to take a bite of spicy corn. Shout out Anna's brother for letting us borrow
Yeah,
his
thank you,
hot ones
Andrew.
hot sauce. I am
Thanks. She
literally
said
shaking
thanks,
in my
Pookie.
boots. But
Look.
some of these questions, they're friendly. Some of them are bad. We put in 3 good ones, 3 bad ones, just to kind of make it fair, as you kids would say. So we're going to do 4 and hopefully not have to eat too much corn.
It's
Please
cone.
let it be a good one.
They're all good, in my opinion.
All right.
I like how you made it in yellow color.
Dylan came up with a lot of these questions.
Oh,
Truth
no.
or corn, Dylan?
What do we got?
Honestly, I can't imagine a question worse than this.
Oh no.
I like
It
how your hand's
says-
shaking.
I'm shaking in my boots. It says, "Who is your favorite student?"
Oh. Now look,
Or
you have a
favorite person
lot of
in your
people
group,
who
I
love
guess.
you.
I was
You
about to
have-
say, do I need to know people?
You have a lot of
in
people that
Flow
love
Fest?
you, Dylan, and
Just your favorite person from your group, I suppose, Caleb.
Oh, my group.
do we
Or
have
just
to all
be a
answer
traitor
it?
and pick
Yeah.
someone.
We have
from
to
our
all
group.
answer it?
Yeah,
I
don't
So
definitely-
we're all
definitely-
drawing one and we're all answering.
I thought we
I already
were-
know my answer, and people are going to be upset, but I already know who mine is.
Are you going to answer it? Are you going to eat
He's
the corn?
not
So
even
my
Well,
answer-
does he need to go first, or am I?
He'll
I'll go
put it
first.
on the
Let him
line.
go.
My answer is corn.
Ooh,
No.
No, right off the bat. Yeah, yours had a little extra corn
Yeah,
juice.
don't be acting like-
It's got the juice.
Does it have the juice? It has. Does it have the juice?
It has the juice.
Okay. It has the juice. Oh my
Dylan,
gosh.
What is happening over there? Your
He's
eyes
crying.
are red.
We
You're
should have said.
crying.
We also should have said the hot sauce is.
Why are you opening your Kit Kats
yeah,
already?
Hold on. We'll grab the hot sauce.
The Kit Kats are
Grab
there
the
for
hot
us
sauce.
to like calm our mouth down,
Woo, my
and he's
mouth
already
is-
opened his.
So
My mouth is a little burning.
for context, the hot sauce is the 7th Reaper.
It's got Carolina Reaper in it.
Carolina
Also,
Reaper
why did
hot
I eat
sauce.
a whole spoonful?
Yeah,
I
it
have
really
like
went
5
into
or
that.
6 pieces of corn.
It's like, I'd say this is like a 7 out of 10 on hotness. It has like a heat level.
Let me rate a Kit
So-
Kat real quick. 8 out of 10. Them drugs is buzzing.
All right. Know that I love every person that I interact with or that I care about. I love all of people at Mount Olive. But for the sake of not having to eat this devil's corn bowl,
Devil's corn bowl.
deviled corn, whatever it is. My favorite student is definitely Isaac Worth.
Oh, I would have
say
gone.
Isaac is my favorite.
I'd have gone with
as well.
Isaac as my answer, not even in my group.
Oh yeah, he knows. He's watching this right now. That's why he's our favorite
We love
student.
the support.
Isaac is my favorite student at Mount Olive, I would have to say.
Amen.
Anna hasn't exactly had all the time in the world to learn every single student.
But I do have an answer.
Oh, you have an
here we
answer?
go.
Yeah, I have an answer.
I
Truth,
could probably guess
truth
who
or
her
corn,
probably
Anna?
could guess who it
Truth
is.
or corn?
Truth.
Okay.
So Hannah Carnegie. I've babysat that girl since she was in like the 7th grade.
And that was a good decision.
braver
I
than
like
me.
Hannah.
I
Hannah's
love you,
awesome.
Hannah.
Hannah's
I
the
hope
bomb.
you got your extensions fixed.
You know, I really don't want to say my favorite either, to be honest with y'all. Because, like, I just don't like, I feel like I'll get backlash.
You better
Yeah.
eat that corn.
Am I going to have to eat that
You better
corn?
eat that
I
corn.
got to eat that corn.
Hold
You
the
better
mic.
eat that corn.
Or I could go with a student.
No.
And you know what student I would go with?
A fan favorite.
It is a fan favorite. I got to say, is it my top student or one of my top students?
Oh,
Like,
it's
No,
your
it is your
favorite.
favorite.
Yeah.
You better eat that
I can't.
corn.
I got to eat that
Give me
corn.
the mic.
You better eat it.
Gotta eat that corn. Got Carolina Reaper.
You got it.
Here we go.
Eat it.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god.
Ice Game's
Do I have to swallow?
Yeah.
Yes. You can't spit it
Just-
back
you
The
said
out.
worst
you were
part is
hungry.
chewing it.
My gosh, dude.
Oh no. I'm not eating this corn, guys.
No chance.
This reminds me of something
I'll be
that
messy
you'd
before
have
I
in like
eat
a
this
middle
corn.
school, public school cafeteria.
Give him the water. He already ate his Kit Kat.
Do you need mine? I would wait. You might not answer some more.
Oh my gosh.
Where's our cup at? Where's
It's
our?
right here.
Oh, okay. So Caleb,
Oh, it's my
Caleb
turn.
is up next. I'll hold it for you.
Thank you. Oh, I thought you meant the mic. All right, here we go. Next question.
That's all your water.
Oh my gosh.
You go, Anna.
So is it gonna be truth or is it gonna be corn?
You've said truth
corn.
only so far.
Dude.
Yeah, it's gonna be truth.
That's way too hot. That's way too
Okay,
hot.
what is your favorite thing about your current job?
A good one. Let's
Thank
go.
Easy.
the Lord.
Caleb, you start us off and we'll work our way around.
Now.
For me.
My favorite thing about my current job is definitely the people that I work with, because every single one of the people in the Mount Olive First Pentecostal Holiness Church's office, wow, is probably the best people that you'll ever meet in your life. And we laugh every single day. Like,
You
You're
mostly
something
laughed
now.
at Hannah Ward because that's what I would
yes,
do.
yes,
I would
we
mostly
do.
laugh at her.
But I love her. Love
I
you,
wouldn't
Hannah.
laugh at her.
I don't laugh at her.
Dylan
Oh,
said
we
he
believe in
would.
laughing at people here at the first
Yeah,
church.
we tell
Oh,
our
I know.
embarrassing stories in
hurting
at
there.
right
least each
now.
other.
I'm
We,
like
we
really
tell our
hurting.
embarrassing stories in the office, and it's awesome. I
Oh,
love
yeah.
doing that.
I love a lot of the people at your church as well. Shout out
yeah.
John Michelson.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
John, thanks
Our
for
man
being
Kev.
John, thanks
I
for
was
being a
gonna say
mentor and a
Kev.
friend.
For me, my favorite part of my current position is also the people, but I would say the students, because as a middle school pastor, it's really kind of interesting because you have such a wide range of maturities and personalities, and everybody's trying to figure out who they are and what they're going to be and what they're going to do. I mean, which I don't really think you ever stop that, but especially in middle school. And it's just been amazing to see. I've been surprised.
Sorry, man. It is hot over here. I'm just like,
I've been
Your
surprised.
answer is just like Darth Vader.
I've been surprised by how mature some of the students are. Like, there's several students who are 8th graders this year who are already talking about, hey, like, I feel a call to ministry, who are leaders in their schools. They're really grasping the word, and I just see so much potential in them, and I love them so much, and I would do anything for them. So, yeah.
My favorite part about my job is right now.
Yeah.
seeing Tyler suffer.
No, my favorite part about my job, two things. Number one, the Nespresso that we
Yes, what an investment that was.
that really I need to
Gosh.
pay you for that.
It's fine. We call it even. You just
Awkward.
got the fuzz off of my.
Anyway, okay,
Yes.
I'm just kidding. In reality, my favorite part about the job is I never feel like I'm working. Cause I'm always with the two of you, and look what we're doing right now.
Yeah.
Like, this is my job. So
How incredible is that?
like,
This is
hello?
your job.
It's so
We're
incredible.
getting paid to eat spicy corn and hang out with our friends
And
right
laugh.
now.
Yeah. I'm on the clock.
Yeah.
We all are, you know.
I love my job until like 5 minutes ago. And then I just wondered, like, why do I do what I do? But no, I'm just kidding. My favorite part about my job, gosh knows, there's so many awesome and wonderful things. I got to say is that I work with a lot of people that have the same exact goal that I do. and that's to make sure we get to lunch as fast as possible.
Oh my God.
Especially on
He was going to say
Tuesdays.
something super deep.
Especially on
I thought he was going to
Tuesdays.
say, like, creating fully devoted followers of Christ,
that's what you thought.
Just because you said
developing
that, eat that
next-gen
corn.
leaders.
Just eat that corn.
That's a lie.
I would love to joke about that, but we really do be like getting here at 9:00 a.m. every single morning, and we sit down, and the first thing we do is, "What's for lunch?" Right? And we
It's
always
true a lot of the
say,
time.
"Let's eat light." We gotta.
And then Pastor Bill's like,
we
I
gotta go
want
on
to
a
take y'all
diet.
to McCall's.
He's like, "Let's go." He's like, "Let's go to McCall's." Or Matt Nunn's
Y'all
like,
down for
"Let's-
Carlin shells?
"Yeah, let's go to Mongolian and get like a bunch of noodles." And I'm like,
Oh, Mongolian is definitely the
although
best
Mongolian is bust. We get on that on a different subject.
love
Okay,
Mongolian.
third question. I'm ready for
Oh,
it.
it's me.
thing. It's yours.
Oh, this is an easy
Who
one.
has been your biggest influence in ministry?
This is good. Anna, we'll let you go first.
Well, I did. It is my question. So thank
Sorry.
you for
Truth,
that.
Truth or corn?
David Nasser. I love that man. He was the
He
campus
is a cool guy.
pastor at Liberty for almost 2 full years that I was there. And he came to our church for homecoming
He did.
a year, 2 years ago.
It was like last year or something
Yeah,
like
I
that.
think it was last year. And I, first of all, just like stand-up guy as a whole. Great man of godly character. And just every time that I listened to him preach, even if it was like the intro to his sermon, every single time he always had a mission and had a heart about him that was just in his prayer before he prayed every single sermon was, whatever I say, let them hear whatever you want them to hear through it, whether it's what I intended or not. And that to me spoke like volumes about who he was as a person. And I kind of like subconsciously, but then I kind of started to realize that I had really adopted kind of that same mindset of like, whatever I do, like let it be for the glory of him and the kingdom, whether or not
that's good.
my original intent is accomplished or not. And that is just how I've kind of approached everything since I've been here. So
Oh, that's good.
David Nasser.
David Nasser. He was a really good speaker. I enjoyed him. My biggest influence out of everybody that's influenced me through ministry has got to be Matt Nunn. I tell y'all, like, I'll tell you, like, when I was 12 years old, I saw Matt play the guitar on stage, and I was like, that's the coolest dude I've ever seen in my life. Like, I was like, I want to be that. So I made him give me guitar lessons, and $20 a lesson. Thank you, Matt, for being so gracious. And it was a couple months before he got married. And I will tell you, like, I always, like, wanted, like, a brother. Like, I just, I got Macy, and she's decent and all, but, like, I always wanted,
my gosh.
I always wanted to eat that
Macy,
corn.
I love you.
But I always eat that cone.
Save me a piece of that
I
corn.
I always wanted a brother, and that man has been, like, nothing but a brother to me. Like, he's, like, one of the only people in my life that will, like, straight up tell me, like, when I'm not doing what I'm supposed to be doing, or, like, hey, maybe you should do this differently. Like, he's been a great influence in my life, and I couldn't ask for anybody better to be there alongside with me through, like, this journey that we're all having to take. So definitely my boy Matthew. Daddy
For sure.
Nunny.
This is really hard for me, honestly, because I have had a lot of people that have been very influential, whether that be from Emmanuel, from Life Church, or even now here at the First Church, people like Matt, people like Pastor Bill, who I really look up to, even Nick Tucker, our man.
Gosh, what
Shout
a
out Rhett.
strongest man in the IPH, most powerful body in the
Most powerful
IPHC.
body in the IPHC. But man, like, I'd say on me personally, I would have to say it's probably got to be Dr. Mike Looper from Emmanuel College. He actually just retired. He's still teaching adjunct, but he was the dean of the School of Christian Ministries while I was there. And he just taught me so much about what it means to serve the Lord with every aspect of your life and to really, truly be a person of upstanding integrity and character so that whatever it is that you're doing in ministry, that you're truly living a life above reproach, not in like a legalistic type of way, but in a very much like the attitude of your heart type of way. And that was something that was really kind of different for me and even uncomfortable for me at times as a younger person. But walking across the stage at Emmanuel, I was so thankful for him because so much of my attitude towards ministry and my habits and routines of my personal life are now reflections of things he taught me. But there's been so many influences from Emmanuel, from Life Church, and really everything that you guys get from me that you think is good is probably something that someone else told me or taught me. So I'm very thankful for all the influences that I've had.
Yeah, I feel like I'm gonna cheat because I'm gonna say mine is twofold. because there's really just like two main people that really poured into me. And like when I think of who I am, like as a leader and like just as a worship leader, but as a person in general, like the two main people that I think of is my dad and Pastor Trey Ward from Emmanuel. And my dad, he's always, you know, he raised me obviously, but like he's the one that like really taught me what it meant to be sensitive to the Holy Spirit and really having a sensitive heart to what God wants to do. And he taught me how to really seek after the Lord in everything that I do. And he's the one that didn't force me. Like, he would obviously make me go to church with him, but like, he wouldn't force God onto me. He just encouraged me of like, I really encourage you to actually seek God for yourself and to know God for yourself. And he would encourage me to do those things, which is one of the things that led me to Emmanuel, because I felt like God was doing things at Emmanuel, and I saw that, and I was like, man, that's where I want to go. And then going there and meeting Trey Ward and getting to know this guy that really wasn't that much older than me, but just the way he carried himself and the wisdom that he had and the hunger that he had to learn more and more about God, and the way that he carried out things, not just from a music perspective, because he's a genius when it comes to music, but just as a spiritual leader. And I say all the time that these past 4 years, Emmanuel like has been my church and he's been my pastor. Like he's been my pastor. And so those two people, when I think about me as like a spiritual leader or just me in general, they've had the biggest impact on my life.
And Trey's pretty up there for me too, honestly. Like after Emmanuel, you got Dr. Looper, Trey, Pastor Jason, and Pastor Chris, all tremendous. I mean, Trey, Caleb and I kind of came in at Emmanuel around the same time. That's why we're like basically brothers at this point, because Pastor Trey really poured into both of us and gave us opportunities probably before we really were ready for them or deserved them. Definitely, but pushed us out of our comfort zone. And I 100% would not be here in this role without Pastor Trey. So we love you, Pastor Trey. We'll have to get you on the podcast sometime.
Look, Trey, I love you too.
If you've gotten, if we could get Trey Ward on this podcast,
would you come back?
Trey Ward, I'd come back anyways, as long as we don't have to eat this corn.
I don't want the corn. All right, we got one last question. That's it.
All these questions have been
easy.
easy.
We've got the like nice ones.
There's only two questions. There's three questions left. Who was your biggest camp or youth group crush?
No!
Oh, dang.
No. Tyler, you're first.
No, I didn't go to camp.
That's how it goes when you draw your first, Tyler.
That was funny until we actually asked the question.
All right, so Tyler, you're
there's
up first.
always the corn.
Man, I don't know, man.
Did you ever even go to camp?
No, I didn't, so I can't even answer this question.
Group.
I mean, you went to camp this year. That would be kind of weird if you had a crush.
That would be weird. Yeah. Oh my Lord. So who was my biggest crush in youth group when I was in high school? Oh my Lord.
Do you have an answer?
Oh, guys, I think I have a couple. I just don't know if I want to say their names.
I really don't know if I have any.
I mean, like, sure. I like how Anna knows my crushes in high school.
Oh my God.
Like when we have like girl talk and stuff at work. So like,
we have a girl talk in a bat cave.
Okay, like, gosh, this actually makes me sick to my stomach. It's also the corn trying to turtle its way through.
Ugly head.
I'm gonna go with my homegirl, my everything, my sugar boo. She's gonna get mad at me for saying all that. You were levitating. Me and Amelia Mariner have such a long history.
So nervous he's stuttering.
We have such a long history. So I'll just go. I'll throw at Amelia. Whatever. She's awesome.
Whatever.
She's my BFF. I mean, like, yeah, like we talking about high school. So
I feel like Dylan might eat the corn.
Dylan, you might just need to say Marissa.
Don't make Maurice mad.
I about to say.
I ain't never been to camp with Marissa. I will say Marissa has been here at Flow Students many times as my girlfriend. For those of you on the chat that probably know that, I'd say she is my current youth group crush.
The chat is going through right now and saying it. Yeah,
but
you would say, or she is.
That's a cop out. That's a cop out.
Eat the corn or expose yourself.
I might have to eat some more corn. I really only ever had one camp or youth crush, and she knows who she is.
Sounds like
And,
you're eating corn.
It do sound like
I don't know that I want the viewers of the podcast to know who
You
she
don't.
is. I don't
You know,
think I
I
do.
called
All
one
right.
of Oh,
It's corn.
now if you eat the corn, you got to eat the rest of the bowl.
No, you don't.
What?
I'm just making up new rules.
He just
So-
says that because he only took one bite.
I think
Yeah, I'm about to die.
I mean, I feel like a lot of people know about this instance that I'm referring to. I just don't know that
Yeah, we want
the
to know.
viewers of the chat need to know about this instance that I'm referring to. So
That's the kid. Yeah,
I'm not
it-
ashamed of it. I'm not embarrassed by it, but
It is
it
better
might
to
just be
stay
better to be
into-
kept to the corn.
You got this.
Corn is the greatest love of my life.
Boo.
Boo. I did like 6. They're hot, baby. I like how you ate the
man.
corn.
You start
Oh,
biting
man.
it and you're like, oh, that's not that bad. And then all of a sudden punches you in the back of the throat.
I literally could not eat any more of that corn. I would have
Gosh.
like thrown
It
up.
smells nice. That's the thing.
I've
Or
literally
eat
been
the
sitting
corn.
here the whole time and not knowing. I was about to say my cop-out answer would be Trevor Clowers.
Trevor.
No,
because I grew up loving that man. Oh, gosh. Dude.
This is an intense episode of the Flow Student Podcast.
For most of Falcon Youth Camp, I feel like the younger years, like I didn't know girls existed. So,
It's better that way.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say.
I better say life
some
was
of
so
the girls
good.
I knew it probably is better that way.
yeah. And now,
I mean-
but then when I got older, it definitely did matter. So now
Sounds like you're gonna be eating
I've
some
almost
corn.
been like, I've almost been searching in my mind. This sounds bad, but I've almost been searching in my mind for somebody that I kind of liked that's married now. So now it'll just be like, that's funny, but they're already married.
Honestly, the
They're
funny thing
married.
about
You know
this,
what I'm
the
saying?
funny thing about Caleb having a hard time thinking of a camp crush is that no doubt there are hundreds of girls scattered up and down the East Coast that have had camp crushes on
Oh
Caleb.
gosh, probably not. Oh, dog bite it.
Yep, you got this, man. Eat the corn. Eat the corn.
All right, I'm gonna try to eat this corn.
Oh, here we go.
Ooh.
That was a good question.
You still got
Whoever
your
wrote
Kit
this
Kat,
one.
So
Dylan.
I now felt stupid for answering mine. But you know, I love me some Meals on Wheels though.
Gonna ruin my lunch.
So we're eating lunch at the Drusa truck, yeah. If you know, you know.
You keep your mouth.
You know,
closed.
you know. So- Why you drinking?
You're just prepping.
I like how he's drinking water before.
You gotta
I have some
save
of this in my
it.
mouth. Gosh.
I'm so excited
Spoonful.
about. You got this, Caleb. Yeah,
this?
there you go. There you go.
Are you shaking?
You are kind of shaking.
Anna.
Give my man a microphone, deal, so we can get the.
Press conference.
I hate everything about this.
It's corn.
Don't you love coming to Flow Students?
All right, here we go.
It does have the juice.
There you
Can't
go, buddy.
confirm.
You gotta swallow it too. I know. Just let it sit. You are it all.
The ASMR
ASMR.
breathing.
Yeah.
I feel like every week we have something ASMR happen.
I like when someone's suffering when they're like,
You just spit.
I did. Apologies. My man hit an E flat and I'm coming out eating that
I can
cone.
tell you all about
Okay,
it.
Charlie Puth.
Yeah, we'll let you go.
Who'd you have a crush on?
Mine's messy. And
Uh-oh.
I'm not eating that corn.
Who's Messy?
It's messy.
In the middle school group?
That's what I'm thinking.
There's
We got a new kid named Messy.
Oh,
Really
He's
cool
really
guy.
cool.
Well, who's Messy?
it's gonna be messy.
Oh,
Not
yours
messy.
is messy
It's
as
chaotic.
Oh.
It's like unhinged energy. You know
I was
what I
like,
mean?
Lionel? Oh, keep going. All right.
It was Caleb.
Oh my Lord!
I'm not eating the
Things are
corn.
coming out on the podcast.
Things just happened.
Picture the year 2018, my last year at high school camp.
Things just happened.
I can't believe she said that.
I can't believe that just happened.
I
I
thought
like
for
to
sure
be
she was gonna eat
chaotic,
some
and I'm
corn.
not eating that corn.
This
The
might.
summer of 2018, I did have a crush on Caleb Mooring,
Wow.
and he didn't know until right now. Chaos, as I said.
Wow.
I like how Caleb's like
I
smiling.
won't mention the fact that I almost said AP's name
No
Are you
way. Is
kidding?
this
For the-
happening?
for the same summer.
I feel like we're on The Bachelor right now.
For the
What?
same
That
summer.
was the summer.
That was the summer.
That was the summer.
Wow.
This
The
might have just
stretch-
been the greatest
about to
ending
be-
of a podcast.
This is about to be a
ever.
good lunch.
The stretch between Falcon and Youth Quest.
Me and Dylan invited. Like,
You're invited.
All right. Well, this was a great episode.
I'm sorry.
I have loved every second of this. If you guys don't like it, I don't care because I did.
I did. Yeah. Sorry, it's too long,
but
don't edit
we did
anything,
enjoy
just
it.
We're gonna do some editing. It's
Thank
gonna
you
be
so
good.
much for joining us this week on the Flow Student Podcast. We're always here for you guys. We love you. If you're looking for a church in Mount Olive, always go visit Mount Olive
Yes,
First PH.
great people
absolutely
over there.
phenomenal church. If you're looking for a young adults group to get plugged in with, Engage. It's absolutely phenomenal. I hear it's going to be bussing and pursue, engage, conquer. Thank you guys so much. We love all y'all. Have an amazing week.
You too.
Peace out.